Hello, I'm Laura from Laughing Dogs Book Nook. This is my video for Nick the Booksmith's Classic Challenge. This is going to be my first YouTube video ever, so please bear with me. I want to thank Nick for putting on this challenge. It gave me the push I needed to make this video. Otherwise, I don't know if I ever would. The book that I'm doing is The Phantom of the Opera. And I've made this book from medium weight chipboard, some fabric, some embossed papers, some paint, and a lot of gold. I'm choosing to tell this story through the viewpoint of the person I consider the main character, Christine Day, the opera singer. I've made this into 4 parts, each part covering a time of her life. And the first opening part is concerning the death of her father when she's a young girl. And this is a picture that I've chosen to represent her father, Gustav Day. And here's a letter that he left her when he died, giving her over to the care of the angel of music who lives in the opera house and is known as Eric. The book also calls him the opera ghost. We know him as the Phantom of the Opera. Christine's father tells her that Eric will take really good care of her and will teach her to sing. And he wishes her well and gives her all his love. Here is a picture of the interior of the opera house, Christine's new home. And girls in the Victorian era would learn to paint and cook and sew. And here Christine must have gotten some fabric from the costume mistress. So she's sewn it throughout her journal on several different pages. And she's also collaged throughout her journal. Here she's used some of her sheet music and a little pearl button. And it says, "She dreamed beautiful dreams." And she'll stamp and collage through her whole book. She loved kitties as a young girl, and she collected postcards. And here we have a little bag for treasures. And here she's collaged what we call Victorian scrap, which would have just been cut out for her. And it has a little bit of glitter on it. Here are some handmade papers, the pink papers that she has collaged onto her sheet music. And her father, of course, incorporated not only beautiful papers, but poetry in her diary. And here's an Emily Dickinson poem. And here's a treasure bag with kitties on it, some of that beautiful handmade paper, and a lovely floral page. Victorian girls also loved their paper dolls, and here's some paper dolls of Christine's. Her father also painted her a watercolor of lilies that was put in the journal. And here is an envelope. And for this section, it's the dictionary definition is orphan and has a beautiful pink rose on it. And she holds things in with her hair pins. Here's another page of paper dolls. Another beautiful flower and that handmade paper. Another treasure bag, place where she can color if she wants to. And she's made her music into a pocket over here for one of her postcards. And here we see another one and some more of her collaging and stamping. Here she's glued on some cutouts of butterflies to hold one of her postcards. Here we have a blueprint of the opera house so that Christine can learn her way around her new home. And another beautiful postcard from her collection of the Eiffel Tower. They would sell those to raise money when they were building it. The second section concerns Christine as she becomes an older teenager and how her life is changing. And this is a representation of Christine. And here she's more interested in fashion as she's older. And here's a fashion plate cut out of a magazine that she's put in here. Some more of her sewing. Another one of her collages with a postcard. It says, "The earth has music for those who listen." A little coloring area. Here's another one of her treasure bags. It's a Victorian Valentine. And another one of her postcards she collects. Some more of the handmade papers she's collaged onto her music. And this poem is said to be the very first poem by Percy Bysshe Shelley. And it's entitled Sunday, Verses on a Cat. Here's another treasure bag. It's Victorian Valentines. Another handmade page with beautiful, I believe that's bleeding hearts. And then we come to her first opera, her first costume. She's going to be in the chorus of the Snow Maiden, and this is the costume mistress would have given her this to show her what her costume would be. And it's this beautiful lace and midnight blue velvet with gold trim. And this is the sketch of what her costume would look like. And here her father has painted her a picture of his boyhood home so she won't forget him. And it's, of course, been put into the diary. And here we have envelope for the second part. And the dictionary definition on it is music, with a beautiful yellow rose on it. And here is the finished picture, the finished sketch, if you will, of her gown for the chorus in Snow Maiden opera. Here's a beautiful flower page, handmade paper. Here's another treasure bag area. Another Emily Dickinson poem, and here she's made another pocket that she can put one of her cards in. And here she has a perfume bottle label, but of course she's getting older. She's interested in perfumes. Here she's done another cutout of the scrap. Here she has done another, and she's done her butterflies again to hold a card. She's got that collection of cards in here. Here she has another fashion plate and another postcard. So we're on the third section of her life, and this has to do with Raoul coming back into her life. She and Raoul were childhood playmates and friends, and he came to see the opera, and he came backstage afterwards and met her again, and they continued their friendship, and it became a romantic relationship. And so now they are talking and planning and dreaming of marrying and traveling together. Only they don't realize Eric can hear them. No matter where they are in the opera house, he can hear them, and he is not happy. Here's some more Christine's fashion plates and sewing. Here's another of her collages, Thoughts That Whisper to My Heart, and a red rose for love. Now she has the Eiffel Tower as she's going around town. Here she has some more of her collage papers and another poem and a treasure bag. So Eric is getting increasingly upset, and when Christine is around him, she senses that. And here she has her first costume for one of the starring roles. She is in Romeo and Juliet, and she has one of the solo singing roles in that opera. And so she has a beautiful rose taffeta gown with this lace on it, and here would be a sketch of what the gown would look like finished. And here we have beautiful watercolor iris that Christine did for this section of her journal, and another envelope that says opera. It has the definition of opera, and it has pansies, and then this is an actual Victorian cutout from that era, and it is a leather pansy, and it's cut out of leather and then painted to look like a pansy. It's really pretty. And then here is what that finished gown looks like. It's just lovely. Tensions are running high. Raoul is worried and upset. And here we have some more fashion and another postcard. And we come to the fourth section about Eric, the Phantom of the Opera. He's decided that since Christine and Raoul are talking of going away, and you can even see in her diary here she has traveling clothes and traveling cases, as they called them. And so he has decided that he is going to preempt their runaway. Before they can leave, he is going to kidnap her. And indeed, he does kidnap her. And when Raoul comes to try to save her, he gets imprisoned by Eric the Phantom as well. So both Raoul and Christine are missing, imprisoned in the bowels of the opera house. Here Christine has her first leading role in Lucretia Borgia. And so she gets to choose between a blue-green trim for her dress or a rust red trim. And it's a chocolate and green velvet. Everything's going on as usual, making costumes. This Christine has done a watercolor of poppies. And in this final envelope for this section, the definition is phantom with some beautiful peach-colored roses. And here is the finished gown that she won't wear, that she will never wear for that opera. And of course the bags are for travel because they felt they would travel. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. I love that. And so coming to the end of the diary, of course we see more traveling clothes. We see this tucked into a pocket, and they are pictures of Eric and a note to anyone finding this note. And it says that it's Christine with the Opera House, and if she has disappeared, if she is missing, please look to the man in the picture. He has kidnapped me and also my fiance Raoul, and he is keeping us imprisoned in the basement of the Opera House. So if we are still missing, please look for him. His name is Eric. And then she says at the end, no one has ever known his last name. And so this is how we end this. I guess we will have to read the book to find out if Christine and Raoul were rescued. I want to thank you for this opportunity. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Nick. And thank you, everyone, for all the wonderful inspirations in your YouTube videos. And yeah, that's it. From all of us here at the Nook, have a sparkling day.